Hello and welcome back to the video Darkroom. This video is going to be a little bit different because Sony are expected to announce two new cameras in the next few days. These are not the cameras in question because clearly I don't have copies of those. The two cameras that we're speaking of are the A7C Mark II and the A7cR. The A7C Mark II is expected to be very similar in a smaller body than the A7 Mark IV, which is a 33 megapixel sensor, and the A7cR is expected to use a similar sensor to the A7R Mark V, which is a 61 megapixel sensor. We also have some information on those cameras as regards pricing, and the A7C Mark II is expected to come in at around 2399 euros, maybe closer to $2,000 in the US, but 2399. I'm using the euro pricing since we seem to have a little bit more information on that. But that doesn't include the optional hand grip, which is going to be priced, we expect, at 180 euros. So if you add the two together, you're talking about the A7C Mark II coming in with the hand grip at about 2,579 euros. Whereas the A7cR is expected to be priced around 3,699 euros. And that is to include the hand grip. So we're comparing like with like in that particular case. So the difference in price is about 1,120 euros. Now, all of this is just leaks and rumors at this stage. It may turn out to be a little bit different at the announcement. But for this video, I want to ask the question, which should you buy? And in my opinion, there's absolutely no question. The A7cR represents better value. Why is that? That's because you effectively get an extra lens if you think about it. The A7cR is a 61 megapixel camera and you can shoot using APS-C crop mode, which gives you a 1.5 factor crop on that 61 megapixel sensor, which basically gives you the equivalent of an extra lens. So if you've got a 24mm lens and you shoot in crop mode, you can still shoot 4K video, of course, or you can just crop the image if you're shooting stills. Then in that case, you've effectively got a 35mm lens, which might cost you £600 or £700 if you're buying a reasonable lens there, or even more if you're buying one of the G Master lenses. So effectively, you've got a 35mm lens for free because you've got the higher megapixel sensor there in that case. And if you've got a 35mm lens, for example, then by shooting in crop mode, APS-C mode, you've effectively got a 50mm lens in addition. You've also got all the convenience of not having to carry the extra lens. And when you're shooting normally, you've got a 61 megapixel sensor. So everything about the A7cR is so much better, and I think that it fully merits the difference in price between the two. So that's my take on it. All the features of the A7cR are an upgrade on what you get on the A7C Mark II. It does cost more money. If your budget will stretch to it, then I would suggest that it's worth it. So I have no doubt recommending the A7cR as the better package. Quite an amazing camera if they're able to package all of that down into the tiny body of the equivalent to the A7C Mark I. So that's what I wanted to say about the new Sony announcements. And I want to say something else about this channel just at the moment, and that is that I'm going to continue to do the videos that we have been doing that talk about how to use various features of Adobe Premiere Pro and After Effects, Lightroom and Photoshop, but I'm going to add some new content into the channel, and that is because I also run a video production business, and I'm going to take you through what I think it takes to run a video production business. What I mean by that is, what kind of equipment do you need? What kind of systems might you need? What kind of backup, NAS storage, computers, software, cameras, lenses, lighting, tripods, everything that you might need to run a video production business. Now, I don't expect that my experience of running one is going to be the same as everybody's, but I think it might be a useful thing just to see what I use to run my business and see whether or not you might need something similar in running your business. So if you're interested in that kind of content coming up, then please subscribe to the channel. And if you like my suggestion about the relative value between the A7cR and the A7C Mark II, then please give the video a like as well. Hopefully, see you in the next one.